this time he will not catch me, oh, 'cause I am too fast. But he will always find me, I will always be in his grasp. We twist and turn to stories till I'm on the other side, on the bad side of his stories, concealed beneath his lies. It's a good love, it's a tough love, it's the only love I know. And there's more to life than violence and angry words, that's all you know. It's a good love, it's a tough love, it's the only love I see. I cry inside my silence, try to keep my dignity. You tell me that you love me, but I know that's not true. You said those words before me to the girl who warned me about you. You say you're not to blame, projecting fault that's in your name. And I start to wonder if it's mine, the cycle starts again. It's a good love, it's a tough love, it's the only love I know. There's more to life than violence and angry words, that's all you know. It's a good love, it's a tough love, it's the only love I see. I cry inside my silence, try to keep my dignity. You will never attack, you'll never hit them back, you're never gonna get what you once had. You'll never feel remorse for the things you did before, 'cause you just don't give a damn. I never saw all the things you did before were playing in my mind, and I now can't tell if you're Jekyll or Hyde. It's a good love, it's a tough love, it's the only love I know. There's more to life than violence and angry words, that's all you know. It's a good love, it's a tough love, it's the only love I see. I cry inside my silence, try to keep my dignity. It's a good love, it's a tough love, it's the only love I know. There's more to life than violence and angry words, that's all you know. It's a good love, it's a tough love, it's the only love I see. I cry inside my silence, try to keep my dignity.
think that I'm in love with you. I think that I'm in love. Shirt was red and had her hair on white. She smelled of roses in her blue round eyes. She looked at me and said, it's been some time. I'll show the city till you blow your mind. I think I'm drunk and missing all your signs. The night was young, we'll see the closing sign. We spent the night just thinking I'll be fine. It's just a weekend, I can pass the time. I just don't see how I can make you mine. Whoa. And then you made it to my bed, we'd lie, just telling each other about our passing lives. I didn't touch you, but I felt inside. Yeah. Oh no, damn, think I'm about to lose my mind. I've been lost in all these thoughts involve you. Damn, when I got you by my side, I've been feeling like I'm brand new, man. Ooh, yeah. Stay on, yeah. You though, see I know I got you though, yeah. We can bring it close, relax, moving around on our own, looking at you like my home, looking at my only home, yeah. In a strolling Jeep, I'm looking at my lady, wondering if we're crazy, wildin' as of lately. Cause this life is cheap, I'm running out of reasons to skip it or just leave it, escape from all the heathens. You though, see I know I got you though, yeah. We can bring it close, relax, moving around on our own, looking at you like my home, looking at my only home, yeah. In a strolling Jeep, I'm looking at my lady, wondering if we're crazy, wildin' as of lately. 'cause this life is cheap. I'm running out of reasons to skip it all, just leave it. Escape from all the heathens.
Hi everybody, let me just get the music down. Hi everybody, hope you can hear me. Hi Simon, once again. Yeah, I've seen his video, but I didn't actually, I've seen it, but I didn't see it, or I've seen the thumbnail, but I still haven't seen the video. Hi Kemi, so this is my sorry for the last Friday. I can't tell more, but we had one incident during the Friday stream. Everybody who was on the stream probably seen it. I had a lot of phone calls. I ended up on the calls around midnight, half past midnight, so that was fun. Then whole Saturday until Saturday evening when we managed to get things sorted. So hopefully this time we will be more lucky. I did actually prepare a couple of things just to speed things up because I want to start working on the Enraged Rabbit Carrot tail. But yeah, Simon, as I was saying, I'm currently having issues with my Zigbee. But actually Zigbee is working. I've spent like 4 hours so far on it, and I'm nowhere closer to figuring out what's going on. So the problem is following. I cannot control any light. I don't have any sensor data in Home Assistant. All the entities are unavailable from Zigbee network. On the other hand, if I go to Zigbee to MQTT, I can control devices normally. Everything is working perfectly. I restored everything to the backup from the last week. Still not working. Then I upgraded one by one. Home Assistant back to the latest version. Zigbee to MQTT back to the latest version. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. That's wrong. Everything is working, but it's not working inside Home Assistant. I restarted a couple of times MQTT server. I deleted the whole MQTT database to purge it. I did check with the MQTT Explorer everything in the MQTT. Everything looks perfect. And the strangest thing of all is that if I in Home Assistant go and subscribe to specific topic, for example, there is a motion sensors here, and I subscribe to the topic in Home Assistant, Home Assistant actually receives updates, and I can see in the topic subscription list all the new updates. So there is motion, there is no motion. So actually everything is working, but nothing is working. But nevertheless, no, it will be my problem for after the stream. So where were we last time? We were actually here. We finished building the selector. Let me switch to this camera here. Background small. So we finished building the selector. I did disassemble the selector one more time. Why? I wanted to make sure that when filament goes in, actually I did disassemble it a couple of times. So I wanted to make sure that, let me just try to see if this is larger image. Nope. If I insert the filament in it, if I insert it, it is now 100% turning. So there are no the wheel, that one wheel that has printed parts pushed to it is now moving, and that's important because it's actually encoder that is counting the steps of how far the filament traveled. So I disassembled a couple of times. I filed everything so to make sure that everything is perfectly round, that nothing is catching up to something else, and now there are no issues and the filament is turning. It was a bit of like half an hour of assembling and disassembling. You can probably see this wheel turning, but this wheel can turn even when the inner one is stuck, and you cannot see the inner one, unfortunately. So that's where we ended last time. We inserted the magnets here in the lid, and we also inserted this, and this is the tensioner for the belt, or belt tensioner. Let's jump to finally complete this. Just to make things faster, I've already inserted all the heat inserts in it. You've seen it here on the stream dozens of times, and probably a lot of you have done it themselves, so I'm skipping that part. And I inserted also this nut here and the nut here, so we are just ready to assemble thingies. Let's jump on documentation. So now we have to build this linear axis. Let's jump. Actually, there are just like a couple of parts here. Let's jump to specific. So we inserted everything in this linear axis selector motor support, in this drag chain anchor bottom. Everything is prepared. Now we have to assemble this thingy here. This goes like this, and this needs to be this position this way. Yep, we need M3x8s. Oh, and by the way, as I said, Simon, yeah, I'm using SLZB06. It's near the desk here. Ethernet connection. It's not PoE hooked up, so I'm powering it via the USB-C because I don't have free PoE cables. And I'm using that one for matter over thread, or thread over matter, or whatever it actually is called. The next video I'm releasing, the video that is actually was ready on the before 1st of May, is featuring that device and also matter over thread, because I finally have matter working in my main instance, and I'm using for thread part of the network using this device. It's a really good device. Okay, this part is done. Let's go to the motor mount. Motor is here. We need 4 M3x8s, motor lock. Everything is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's change it here. The motor needs to go this way in. Cables need to go or be here, and this part needs to insert like this. Let me just check something. Yep, everything looks okay. Just a second. I'll just thread them by hand for now. This motor is so weak. Okay, the motor part is done. Why I said I want to start building also the Enraged Rabbit Caretail is that electronics go there, so until I finish that part I will not be able to do wiring for this, so that's why I also want to start building on that. But I also did some preparing for that too, so we can jump on that one and work on it later. Linear axis. Okay, what we have to do is insert, and I already inserted the nylon. Lock. We just need the idler and M5 by 16. So the nylon nut is already here. Nylon lock. You have to tighten it, but don't need to tighten it that much because it needs to spin freely and you don't want to break the ABS. This should be okay. Loosen it up a bit. It's spinning nicely. Okay. Look how fast we are going. Like rockets. And then we have to insert everything. So first things first, we need to insert it on this side. These two need to go inside. I didn't even try to see if they fit or not, but I presume that they fit. and there are two holes. You can see them here. They are used so you can see if the rods have pushed in completely or not. Looks like one has, but the other one hasn't. I don't have hammer with me today. No, they are not.
Checked the closet, but the monster went to bed. We can be alone now. It's just us two, and I tucked your feet.
It's still not.
So the blanket holds you tight
Oh.
through the night. And
I
wear my
think
jeans.
that it is. Yep.
Know that I will walk across this world to find you. Don't build a ship and take a lift.
Yeah, both sides are in. I don't know if you can see. So both sides are in. These holes are just used so that you can see if these are completely in or not. They are now. So we can install. This needs to go this way. Nope, this way. And then on the other side, next time check. Next time, there is no next time. I'm not building the second ERCF. Just try and see if I can clean the holes here a
I
bit.
checked the closet, but the monster went to bed. We can be alone now. It's just us two, and I tucked your feet in, so the blanket holds you tight all through the night. And I wear my jammies.
There's the flashlight. I would really love flashlight. These have inserts, and you have ability to you can use then screws later on to tighten them or move them up and down, because we need to later position everything so these grooves here fit on these notches. Let me just open it. Okay, great. I've managed to break one. Yeah, I have spare. I will reprint it or whatever. Great. So these have to fit here on the notches. And as you can see, they still are not positioned as they should be. So they need to go in a bit more. Let me pull this out. Just trying to clean this a bit. Yeah, they go in like this. They should go further in. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. Where is the bottle with air? Let's check now. Yep, now it's okay. Okay, now it's even too deep, but we can push the rod later on, that's no problem. There are actually a couple of places where you have to put in the physical force. And now we have to get the belt. We have to get the belt in. Again, I didn't check if the belt is long enough. I do have old belt, but I don't think that old belt is long enough. So what you do, you insert it here in the notches, like this, and it will not move. Then you thread it through this wheel here, around this motor here, and here we cut it. Cut it a bit longer. Let's insert it here. We will tension it later on when we are doing the setup. Okay, this part is done. Leftover belt trash. This part is going to trash also. And now we have to install it, and we have to install this part here. If I'm not mistaken, this goes like this. I will install it now, but I will probably have to remove it later because of threading the wires. It's much easier to thread the wires before the drag chain is installed. So first it needs to be here on the other side. It's 3 by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we also need what? We need M5 by 30. I have one here. No, I put them back. M5 by 30. I want 2 of them. Let's start with the drag chain. Hey, Teme! headphone wire. As I said, I will not be tightening this one out because I will have to align later on everything. But the drag chain is installed, and then the next thing, or the actually last thing, or maybe very close to the last thing we have to do is cut the wires. Now we have to position this here and install the M5x30s. Locking the nuts are already in. Again, this has to be tight, but really not that tight because this still has to move. The next one goes here. And from the mechanical parts, we are actually done with the ERCF. I still need to do wiring with it, but I will probably do wiring offline. I'm not sure if you would like me to see, you know, crimping, etc., the cables and anything. And it can be very boring, even more boring than these parts. Okay. And as I said, this is it. We just now have to align everything, and we do that with this is M3x12s. 1, 2. As I mentioned, they are installed on this side here, and they are used to push the this shaft so we can properly align it on the other side. Let's see how far it needs to go. It needs to go. As I'm screwing it in, this part is getting out or extending. Just a wee bit more. We need to align these notches here with the holes. On this side it is okay. Let's check this side. Looks okay. I've broken the other lock just now, but I will replace it up in the stream, that's no problem. And this one is actually finished now. Let me just realign the belt because we extended it a bit, so that's why I left a bit extra here. Again, you actually need to work on the tension of the belt and things like that during the calibration process. I just want to install it for now here. So cut a millimeter or two too short, but that's also no issue. There is still a lot of belt available. Ooh, congrats, team! Congrats, team! By the way, those laser engraved cards I'm preparing for the channel members. That's story for another stream, actually. I only got around 25 or 26 channel members sending me their details, the shipping information, names, etc. What I was collecting, and I will probably send another reminder, but that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is that I've paid for design of that, and the design is actually so terrible. Like, it's like I've paid somebody to do design, and it's like, let's say it like that, I have to start from scratch. It's crap. And it was so bad that I was able to do, it was done over Fiverr, I think, or something like that. I had option of doing 2 change requests on them, and even with those 2 change requests, I simply wasn't able to do anything useful for them. So I will be doing a new design for the cards. I still haven't forgot about that. That's like, but I'm so pissed because I lost money there, and I got worse design than the one that I was sending to the guy as a, you know, use something like this but make it better, and I got worse. I'm very disappointed about that. Actually, I think that we are, if we look at the documentation, done with the mechanical part. Yeah, we did this. We adjusted everything. We need to do belt tension, but we will do that. I will do that later on. And now is the wiring part. So as I said, I cannot do the wiring part because I need to be able to see where the electronic boards is going to be installed. And I know that electronics are going to be installed, I think, somewhere around here. But because of the wire lengths and everything, I don't want to cut wires too short or have them too long and don't have enough wires. So because of that, we are actually going to jump today to another project. What is this? Okay. As I said, we are going to jump to another project, and that another project is not calibration. This one here. Let me put this to side. And what we have, this is extra. These are actually ones that we'll be needing later. Let me put this to side. This is going to trash. And yeah, so we'll start working on this big box now. And as you might see here, spoilers, I did prepare a couple of them. So I've left one piece of everything so we can do that on stream. I didn't actually connect anything, so but I installed the heat inserts inside and put in screws in 7 of them, but we still have one extra to do, because if you see me do one thing, you probably wouldn't want to see me do it 8 or 9 times. So we will be needing these. This is where the electronics go. This one I think is not finished, so we will need this one. Then we have these. As you see, I did 7 of them, but I still have one to do, so I left that one so we can do it jointly. maybe just thrown it away already, but nah. I can reprint it very fast. And oh wow, we will need to do heat inserts here. So we are starting to build cotton tail. This is a filament buffer and rewinder and electronic boards, etc, etc. We will start with this part here. Come on. So what we need to do is, and I also messed things up. So it says, if you're careful, it says set aside one of the support arm mounts for the end and insert a single heat set into the second hole. Yeah, you guessed it right. I installed heat inserts in each and every one of them. So all of these have heat inserts. That's why we'll be installing it in the 8th one as well. Let me hook up the soldering iron. I'm here. Okay, let's turn on the power. And let's see what we have to do. So we have to install one, carefully we need to install one heat set insert here. Carefully, because this is very thin material, and if you install it too much inside, it can block the path here. So it needs to be, it can even protrude a bit on this side, but it must not go too deep. We need 2 heat inserts, and we need to insert one also. Let me just show you what I'm doing, of course. So one goes here and the other one will go in this point here. Let's start with this one here. It's better for it to stick a bit out of the hole than to go too deep. This is probably the first you've heard about it. Like this, because this part needs to be slided here. If it will go too deep, it will block the path. And then, as I said, we need to also insert it. Well, actually we don't need, because I have them, too many of them already. But let's also do it. As I said, I messed things up and I installed it on each and every one of them. Oh, by the way, when we are here, we can probably install also the heat inserts here. We need 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 for mountings of the electronic boards. But let's slide this in. And then we use here M3x16. To connect these 2 parts. Nice. This is done. And as I said, we can wait with that actually. Okay, the next step is to start while we are here, let me just do it quickly here, because I want to move the stealth press out of my desk for more room. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me just quickly go to documentation and see if there is actually anywhere else we need to install them. Nope. probably release the video for the next week to YouTube channel members in a couple of hours. As I said, it's been set in the 30th of April actually. And I was going back and forth with the sponsor of the video. Everything has been clear. They had some issues with the links I provided in the description of the video, but this is something that I can also work with later on. So yeah. Okay, this part is done. Let's turn this off. Let's get this off of the table. So we have more room here and see what we need to do. We have to start assembly. We need one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we need this then we need 2 of these, and we also need spacers. Those spacers are here. So we have everything, and we also need those bearings, MR608 ZZs, 8 of them, and now we are ready to start assembling everything. This we don't need now. We need, and this we don't need. So let's get with assembly. We need one of these. We need this rod here. We need to screw it in like this. Okay. Then we need one of these. It goes like this. Then we need the bearing. Come on, bearing. Bearing is here. Then we need one axle spacer. And this is one assembled. Let's just check that this is properly seated. It looks like it is not. I don't. I actually don't have it. How could I? It's flash here with the surface. I don't know if it's enough. It looks like still there is about a millimeter more travel. I'm not sure if it needs to go that deep or not. Yeah, that's not that far to disassemble, so we will disassemble with it. Okay, this one is done. Per arm group. So one is done. Then we have the second one. looks like this is okay. Don't worry if you build something like this. Don't worry if it spins but not that good. Actually, just by spinning a bit, it's already enough for it. So let's insert all of the bearings. Come on. By the way, Tana, this reminds me I should create something super for all of you for those badges. Maybe some new badge like diamond badge or something. One. I'm sweating a bit. It's like 27.5 degrees here, according to my Sonos display. So two. Three. And 4. Nice. All of them are ready. Let's check the documentation. Assembly per arm group. Add the knot to the... Where is the knot? Yep. We did pre-thread a few turns to loosen it up for the fresh print and slide in the support arm. We did preload bearings. We did slide the wheel with flat side towards the support arm. We did on one. Coupler blocks. Let me do the coupler block. This is interesting. This is really cool thingy. This is really cool thingy. As I said, I did already build 7 of them, but I have here one that we need to finish. So we need 2 of these. They go each on their own side. This one. Okay. This is one thing. Look, this one passes through here, and this one passes through here. But this one will have sensor inside detecting when there is filament inside. So as soon as it goes in, you see the hole here where the filament is traveling. What we need to do is we need to insert ball or bearing. Ball goes here in the hole, and if I slide in the filament, you may see that the ball moves up. You see how it shifts. So now we have to also install the switch, and this is the switch. These switches actually came with a flap over them, like this. And no matter if you get switch like this or switch like this, they are both okay, because you remove this by just simply lifting and turning and it will pop out. So these are the same switches. You can buy them with this flap or without it. Can you hear it? Nice. And you install it by inserting the switch so that this button goes over this hole, and then we use what we use, and 2x10s. These here. Then we use 2x10s. These do not need any heat inserts, they are just threaded directly into plastic, but because of that you also need to be careful not to over tighten them. You actually really do not need it. You just tighten them as far as they can go without extra force. I don't know, I did 7 of them so far, and each time this hole on this side is problematic, the other one goes nicely. That's it. This is done. So now when you insert the filament here, it activates the switch. I don't know if you can hear it. Hey Marcel! I haven't seen you on stream like I don't know when. Well, let me just kill the music to make sure that you can hear this. Yep. And now we have the 8th gate finished. So all the gates are finished. Let me just put this back in the bag. We don't need this anymore. For now we don't need these anymore. And these are all the gates ready to be installed. How are you happy with it? Is it working okay? Let's see what we need to do next. It now tells us to install everything on the ERCF, and actually I will do this part now. I will do the wiring later on. Again, as I said, a lot of work, as in getting it up and running, or as I said, I'm not going to do wiring again now. I want to make sure that everything is wired nicely, so we are going to fix this to ERCF, but as I said, I will probably disassemble then part of this and then do the wiring and rebuild it from the scratch, or not from the scratch, from the okay. Let's take that first arm we did. Oh, we have one more step. We need to cut the PTFE. Just see which one. I think this one. Yeah, this is larger diameter. So the PTF, what? One question, if I insert it and cut it, how will I get it out? I don't like this idea. Hey, Johnny! By the way, on what machine did you manage to damage the PA sheet, Johnny? Was it the Prusa? I don't think it was Prusa. Or was it actually Prusa? I've seen, Johnny, on the Twitter that you posted image of the damaged build plate. Prusa Mini. Yeah, that one.
Won't ever be easy if you're aiming to win. That road is ever long and overhead it's storming. Climbing every mountain and thinking this is the last. It's the fire that keeps you on the right track.
Close once again on the table.
Just hold on, it'll be worth every breath, every step of the way.
7, 8. So you may be wondering what these tubes are. They are actually used to connect this part with the yep, it goes like this. This part here, while the PTFE tube is connected to the ERCF. That makes sure that there is that the filament follows the straight path. What's happened to my favorite playlist here? Like it got the YouTubers. This goes. Yep. Okay, let's start installing. First thing, we need one arm. Let's say that this is this arm here. We need T-nut that goes here. One. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 here. Six, 7, and 8. Okay. Mounting arms per arm group. Preload the M3 rolling T-nuts. Done. Take the support arm assembly and line up the PTFE tube. Take the support arm assembly, line up the PTFE tube to the EACS on the filament block, mount the arm onto the 2020 extrusion by lining up the T-nut, then tightening down the M3x8 SHCS. Slide the assembly along the 202 to align the arm. Or, if we try to do it, it should be something like this. So, this block is inserted like this. It also has notches on the other side, grooves that goes here. We align it like this, insert the PTFE tube, and then try to Alternatively, you can align the arm of the T-nuts without the coupler block attached. After it is aligned, add the coupler block with the, So one way is doing with or without this part. There is a lot of wiring here. We need 2 wires for the switch. We need 2 wires for this switch here, and also 3 wires LEDs go here. So as I said, I will probably disassemble, if nothing else, than this part here to be able to work on it. Let's add, where is it? Here, and then we have the next arm that goes here. Again, we first insert the 3x8 tighten loosely, and then move the assembly here. After that, we just tighten it down here. Let's go to the tube. Insert it here. And what did I do wrong? Oh, wrong PTFE tube. Here I see. Noise. Then we take wheel, fortune, spacer, and this part here. move everything here. Make sure that this is set all the way. Tighten it down. And so on and so on. I cannot say so on and so on because if I don't do it, there will be nobody else who will do it. This goes in the buffer. This goes in the ERCF. This is mounted here. We need spacer. And the next arm. And 3x8. Actually, a lot of things still need to be assembled, but part of the documentation is excellent and part of the documentation is like, yeah, we'll figure it out. For example, the lights need to go here. Where are they? They are here. So they are mounted like this here. This is something that I will do later on. But on the other side, we also have two parts that have absolutely zero manual on how you install them. My presumption, and everybody knows that presumption is only making ass out of you and me, that this goes in a groove on the 2020 extrusion, but I have zero idea on how this part goes or where this part goes, or yeah, I've managed to broke it, but so I have zero idea where this needs to go. Something like shoe and yeah, the documentation for that part is missing. So I'll probably not be installing those LEDs. They can later just. There is one long line of LEDs. 8 gates, and I think it can go 8, 16, 24 LEDs in total overall throughout the machine. So if you do not install a line, for example, on that side, I simply can extend it later on and edit it because these are the digital addressable LEDs. Let's continue with the build or assembly. Insert it here, take the wheel of fortune, install the wheel here, and don't worry if this is wobbly. There are, I think, here and here holes where we will tighten the screws in and this will become one part. So that's also nice thing. It's well designed, but for some things I think that it's better for you to go and check the CAD designs on assembly than the documentation. Which shame. You know, if everything is well documented, then why not promote things? Okay, this goes here. We can tighten down this one. Everything here is tight. We take the PTFE tube, install it here, align it here, take one wheel, one spacer, and we are actually only 3 more to go, plus the fourth one is for the electronics. I'm not sure what video I will do next week, the second video. I'm considering maybe to do also one additional. I usually try to make one video that's some kind of hardware, you know, like review, sponsored video or whatever, and then the next one is either something directly to Home Assistant or integrations or hacks or things like that. But I again have a lot of hardware that I can do. For example, we have this sort of sticky USB one. It's a nice one. It's supported via ZHA and Zigbee 20 as far as so. Then I have the latest IKEA plug, plus also a flood sensor from them. That can be potentially one video. And then I've mentioned on last Friday, just give me a second, but I will not be doing that video on that because it arrived on Friday. I'm still not sure when it will be released. So the new Zigbee Bridge Ultra meter from Sonos, but I know that so yeah, I'm not sure because the next issue is that I'm traveling next week and I have to record the video for that on Monday. I will probably, you know, like it will be the easiest way to go is to record video on either this IKEA or this sort of USB controller. Because I said I will be traveling. I will not be here for 2 days. I'm going to Serbia. And I need to have everything done, ready, prepared, so I can just release it or schedule it from my trip. Okay, then we have wheel, spacer. So if anybody has any preferences, yeah, pop it out. I don't care this time. I have to do something, so it's better for me to do something that some of you may prefer than something that you will not prefer. Nice, this goes here. How is this block called? Coupler block. Which has sense because it has a lot of couplers on it. Then this goes here. This goes here. Okay. We need wheel here and spacer. Here. What's going on? Why is this not? Something's wrong here. Oh, okay. Can I curse in German? Scheiße. This just snapped in and I cannot see that peanut. Come on. Wish I can hit it. Okay. These 7 are done. This is the 8th one. And last wheel goes here. This goes here, and now we have this special one. Oops. This is becoming heavy, to be honest. This is for the electronics. Let's check the documentation. Okay, end cap assembly. It said that I need to install the electronics first. And electronics are here. For maker by makers. Oops. I need to get, I had so many, that's why I'm doing a lot of streaming everything, because I need to get rid of all those boxes, and I have a ton of boxes. Let's get this. Oh, this is really heavy. I don't know how 3 kilos of printed plastic can be so heavy. And as I said, we now have to do this thingy here. We have electronics, and this goes, as far as I know, like this. Ta-da! Ooh, this looks so good. I'm not sure. And I love those stepper motors. How things have changed. I have still some old 2209s. These are the new easy 2209s. They're just like plug-in modules. I love it. I love it. Let's first install 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, when we are already working on electronics, we are so close. We just need cabling, and if I remember correctly, it took me how many hours it took me to build the Voron. That many hours also took me to do the wiring. I didn't have, or did I have? I did have. No, I didn't. I did have pre-cream cable. Hey, Pedro! Nice seeing you. The gang is here. So, how many hours it took me to build the printer? I would say half of that time it took me to wire everything, and then same amount of time it took me to calibrate or you know, get it printing, from powering it on to starting to print things. I was just mentioning, I don't know if you've been here, Pedro, saying how I love those easy modules, stepper motors, instead of those old ones how we had previously, looking like ESP modules. You just like plug them in now and that's it. Where are my glasses? They go like this. They have groove here, so they go like this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. This is one. This is the other. And they have really beefy heat shield over them and a lot of thermal paste. And that's it. More bags for trash. Okay, let's see what the documentation says now. Oh, we need to insert the box. I have cover for it. Why would I install the cover? Because I need to do wiring. I don't want to install the cover right now. Motor, sensor, RGB, stepper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, stepper 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I installed them at 3 and 4. And they should go into the... You still prefer the older ones? Any specific reason, except that you cannot pull? Oh, really? You can hear more music than me. But the music is so good. It's better than the Eurosong. Yeah. I was leaning over the board, so that's the problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's see where we go next. Yeah, because microphone is only picking up this direction here. Wiring, we are not going to do wiring now. this is something that, yeah, this is something that we wanted to see, is how we install so this now has to be okay. This needs to go like this. We align here, and one M3x8 goes here. One M3x8, one M3x8. It's not. I'm talking to myself. Somebody, you have to talk with somebody smart. So talking to yourself is okay. I hope that nobody heard that. Current standard. As in more boards support the older ones. Yeah, sure. It makes sense. It makes sense. And the only other thing we need to do is screw this part here. And that's it. Voila! From the mechanical standpoint, this actually is now done. I don't know if anybody has worked with them or not. As I said, I had previous version. The reason why I built this one is not because I want to use multicolor or multi-materials. The reason was because I like building stuff. So before anybody asks anything else, yeah. So how it works, this is the buffer. It here winds buffer of filament, and then it goes through these, how it was called, coupler blocks. In the coupler box we have sensor detecting when the filament has run out. That can be used either for the endless filament. For example, you put black color in all 8 lanes, you can do 8 black filaments or 8 kilos, and you just replace or add them as you add new spools as you need, and it's using all the 8 spools of filament at one time. Then it goes inside this part here, this block. Here, here, as you can see, this part is flexible. This moves and selects color selector arm. It moves and selects the color that you want. There is a servo that then pushes this here, and it engages the lock or the drive, so that when the motor turns, this motor here, and that's actually where is the handle. So when this turns, it starts pulling the filament in. So only those filament that is currently engaged can be pulled. It goes into this part here, which is the encoder, and here it has counter that is counting. It doesn't know if it's going in or out, it just knows that it is moving. It then counts the length, or for how long the length it was pushed or pulled, until it reaches the hot end. Before hot end, so before and after the extruder, it has 2 sensors. One is before the extruder, the other one is next. That detects if the filament has reached extruder, and also if it passed the extruder. So it can also detect jams and things like that. And yeah, if you want to change the filament, it pulls out. As soon as it pulls out of extruder, it engages this motor here. Then it detects movement by this sensor here. goes in, reaches back the filament block here sensor. It knows that it is currently inside, waiting for the next time it needs to be used. The arm moves, selects the other color, etc, etc. In terms of wiring, what I have to do, I have to wire this part here. So this is the encoder that is checking the travel distance. This and also the servo. This is the cable for servo. We need to get the cables from there up to the electronic boards here. Then we need to connect this switch here. There is a switch that is ticked by this card and triggered when it reaches the homing position. This also needs to go there. Then we have servo motor here and servo motor here that needs to be hooked here. And all the 8 gates sensors for the filament need to be hooked to this board. And as I mentioned, you also need to install, you can install the LEDs here, which I will do, and also the LEDs here on the back side, so that it lights the module that is with or without filament. And also this one will show you which filament color is currently selected, etc, etc. And more or less, yeah, if we look at the documentation, we are more or less done. We just need to do the cover. We just need to pop in the cover after we wire everything. Of course, wire everything. And then hook it up to a machine or the printer. So with USB cable and this part here. This is... These are these connectors here. I will be using this CAN bus. This connects directly to the MCU in the printer. But I cannot finish this because at the same time I also need to replace my hot end. I have to redo completely my hot end. By the way, Pedro, BTT has said that they will be sending me Eddie. I did see all the issues on their GitHub repository, but also on the Klipper GitHub repository. I've seen that a lot of things have been merged lately with the Klipper in regard to that. I'm still not sure on what printer I will be installing it. Maybe the best solution would be to install it on my old Ender 3 Pro. It is running Klipper, and I now have their, how it's called, I forgot, Jesus, that first one, BL Touch, original BL Touch have there. So maybe to replace the BL Touch with Eddie and see how it works. I know that I will definitely not be using it on the Voron. I have Tab there. Tab worked even previously great, and I'm now replacing with the Chaotic Labs CNC, blah 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 blah. I'm, by the way, still waiting for the new electronic boards. So there are, as I said, there are a lot of things that I'm currently working on the printer, but I'm always missing something. For example, I'm missing the electronic boards for the Chaotic Lab TAP version 2. I will not be fixing it myself. I simply do not have enough time, I would say, to do that. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm waiting for the new version of the electronic board. They said that... Why is there something in this glass? Just give me a second. Somebody put something in it. Yeah, they announced there will be new version with the fix. That fix that you did by yourself. Just a second. Yeah. We'll see. I think that this one will be fixed. I think that this will be fixed and solved by Chaotic Labs to fix that issue which they have with the board. Because I simply do not want to, first of all, throw away what I've bought, and second, I have no intention of soldering those small connectors by myself. No way, I simply do not want to do it. I do have microscope, I do have everything, but I just don't want to waste my time on that. And by the way, I figured out what was that water with something white in it. Before the stream I picked up my glass and filled it with ice and it melted. But I'm an idiot. I know, but we are talking about such a small board and such a small... Where is it? It's somewhere around my desk, I don't know really. I know, it was like a bypass of the diode, if I'm not mistaken. So what's the next plan with ERCF and everything? Yeah. So what are the next plans for streams, etc.? As I said, I will be in the background wiring this machine up because I have to do a lot of wiring, soldering and everything. I don't know where the wires are. Okay, these are the wires. These are the LEDs that I have to solder. Zip ties for it. I can now finally throw away everything from one box and just leave one extra. Only these parts here are still needed. So I will be slowly doing wiring for that, and as I said, I cannot do anything until I completely rebuild the hot end. And while I'm talking already about hot end, I'm doing everything from this mod. So this is ERCF version 2. We have built this Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. This is this part here. Then we built, this is optional part, you do not need to have it, but I've built it, and as I don't know if I will be using it. Because if you remember, each of my filament boxes currently is using, it has buffer inside. It doesn't have sensor for the filament, etc, etc. This one is much better, much cleaner, much tighter. Everything is packed. But as I said, I'm not sure if I will be using this or go back to my original filament boxes. Then I need to build this. This is Filamatrix. This is so this is Filamatrix. It is a filament cutter for the stealth burner, and I have to build this. I already printed all the parts. They are somewhere around here. Some of the parts are here, other parts are in the other box. So this tool is used to cut the filament at the exact height of the hot end. And I think there is one additional thing. And this, yeah, tool health sensor modifications. This is what I want to build. Entry sensor, tool head sensor. It is using the same principle as these blocks here. It is using the steel ball that is being pushed by the filament and it touches the switch. And while we're already here, I also bought the how it's called, Nighthawk from LDO. So I will be replacing all the wiring from the hot end or from the tool head up to the electronic boards. I'm considering to remove also XY switches. I'm not 100% sure that I will do that. Some say sensorless is good, others say sensorless is bad. The GDQ1 Pro I'm using has of course sensorless homing and it works okay. I think that problem is that people maybe don't know how to set it up properly and they hit with tool head too strong and they're afraid that they will break something, so you should calibrate that. On the other hand, using sensorless in theory should be better than using switch. Of course, all the switches in Vorons are set in such a way that they are normally closed, so the loop is closed, and when the head hits the switch it opens it. So even if you break the cable, the printer would just error out because it would think that the head is already pressing on the switch. So yeah, and more or less that's where I currently stand. I'm waiting for this purge system, Enraged Rabbit purge system or whatever. But yeah, as soon as I'm able to hook up this to the MCU will come the fun part of calibration and setting everything up. The problem with me is that this printer is actually sitting in a hall of my apartment between cupboards and wardrobe, something like that. The printer fits nicely there, you cannot actually see it, but as soon as I start adding things on top of it, it's very visible, and this is not something that I can permanently have there. I agree with Pedro. As I said, I'm not sure if I would go one way or the other, but I also think that a lot of people are saying the sensor is slamming, and looking at the Q1 Pro outside with sensorless, it's both silent, it doesn't feel like it's hitting anything, and it's still working perfectly. So I think that this is more of a calibration and setup process that can be painful. With switch it's not painful, it's very easy. It just hits the switch and that's it. Yeah, I agree. This is, as I said, I'm currently on hold for that part because of that, and since I know that I will be hooking this up. I like this one because it's much easier to assemble and disassemble than previously what I had. There is only one wire that I need to hook out or remove from these boards to be able to, you know, one wire. We have something is not right here.
It's just us two and I tucked your feet in, so the blanket holds you tight all through the night. And I wear
So we have voltage here, and what's this? I feel like I'm missing something here. Let's go check. This is Big Tree Tech. Let's call this one. Just give me a second. BTT MMB can.
monster went to bed. We can be alone now. It's just us two and I touch
So
your
I have
feet.
this one
So the
here.
blanket holds you tight all through the night. And I wear my jammies. Yeah. You know that I will walk across this world to find you. We'll build a ship and take a lift. You know that I will chase you to the moon and places I'll never change.
But what is on the other side? What is on the other side? That's interesting. Ground. BeardedTinker MBB. GitHub. What is the URL? BeardedTinker. MMB, idiot, not MBB. Okay, user manual. Yeah, I don't have this. Fixed pin for stop. Where do you hook it up on the MCU? Okay, don't care about that, don't care about that, don't care about that. Where is it hooked up on the printer side? Okay, so this one is done, this is for the USB connection when you are flashing the firmware. Use with BeardedTinker U2C. So I can either use it with BeardedTinker U2C, which I don't have, or I can use it with the USB, which I do have. So I need to buy USB cable, a longer USB cable to hook it up to Raspberry Pi. If I'm not mistaken. This was something that was like, I was like, something is not. Because I don't have daughter board or main board or whatever for the canvas. I don't have this board here. That's what I was thinking. Something was missing here. Yep, it's using canvas. Yeah, because it's not problem to hook it up on this side. But here, as I say, it's using, we have two connectors. We have two connectors here. These two and these two. These two are for data and this is probably for voltage. And on the other side, we have this. Again, plus minus. So now live wire, and this is for canvas. So I would actually need a canvas board also on that side, and I wanted to avoid canvas. If I don't use canvas, yeah, I will have to dig this more. I will have to dig this more. But I'm really happy that we managed finally to build mechanical part of the ERCF and cottontail. My wife will be happy because I've now managed to sort out a lot of boxes. In this box we have a couple of leftovers, so this is the Evermore. We have parts for the stealth burner. This is mount for the ERCF stealth burner. Oh, this is for the cutter for the filament. Parts, that's it. And that other box has also a couple of parts, more or less just for the LED mount. I will transfer everything in this smaller box. Yeah, it's nice. In a couple of weeks we managed to. Well, we are already here. Should we do a rig? Yeah, let's do rig. Let's do rig. It will be one more box that we can get rid of. So these bolt nuts and everything is extra. Do you know it? Does anybody know what the rig is? I think we looked at it in one of the streams. Give me a second. It will, like, build will probably take us 5 minutes. I don't know if there is even a documentation for the rig. Nice. Yeah, I've seen Johnny. Congrats on moving to the new house. I'll probably move to new house when wife kicks me out. Which I'm not saying this is something that cannot happen. So this is the rig, version 1.1. Let's build it, like it probably takes 5 minutes. Yeah. Let me show you the parts. Overhead full. So I just got this on Friday. Cable, power switch. A couple of days previously I got DIN rails, and in this box we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and the rest of the parts are for the Voron. Transfer them. I really do like, my daughter is the one guilty for this color, but I like the sparkles in it. It's like really loud. Another box. My wife will be happy. So let's get cracking with this one. So what this actually is, this is this is used to, if you are, for example, working with the electronics, if you are working with the printers and you want to test the electronics, you can hook up here the power supply, the Raspberry Pi, the MCU, couple of motors, and test everything out. But I thought of using this for testing electronics when I want to simulate the fuse box. So instead of me using either my own fuse box or that fuse box that I bought, this would be much nicer. So let's try and hook everything up. I'm not actually sure how this goes. Why do I have just a couple of them? I have 2 of them, but I need more. Yeah. I'm not sure why do I have these, or better to say I only have 2 of these, but I actually need 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. That's what I wanted to say. Not that I'm not sure why I have these, I'm not sure why I have only 4 of these. I will reprint it after the stream. So super great. Nah, we will not be doing this on stream, because I will be probably fighting to insert everything properly. Nah, I will not be doing this on stream. It's like, no way. Looks like the angles of the DIN rails are more of a guidance than something that people actually do. Just check it here. It can be inserted, but it needs to be bent. Yeah, I will not be playing with this currently. And no, I didn't mess things up. These are the correct DIN rails. but yeah. Simply requires twisting and bending. I'm not air bender or din rail bender. So while my intentions were good, oh Lord, please don't get me misunderstood. This is for the power supply, at least I can push this one in. Hopefully this one fits. I bought all the parts from the recommended store. So if this doesn't fit here, I'm gonna be a bit frustrated. Fits a bit. Does this fit? Oh yeah, almost. At least these parts fit. But as I said, I will play with this after the stream. I just want to get rid of the boxes. That's why I had idea to build this on stream. This. I will trim plastic a bit and wait, why does this? That one, the other side, I was just able to press. This one, it doesn't want to fit. Oh no. Okay. So this side is in, and this side is in. So yeah, I will be finishing this after the stream. Here goes the box over the electronics to protect everything. This goes inside. I will pop the wires outside. 4 rails. On one of the rails I can install the fuses, everything. There is power switch, so I can always unhook or use power switch and unplug it to when I'm assembling something. Then when I assemble it, I have test rig to test the electronics, etc. So that's my overall idea, but yeah, that's it. I now have to go to debugging and see why my stupid Home Assistant this is how my Home Assistant currently looks. All the Zigbee entities are dead. Let me just check something. Okay. But the funny thing is, everything is working. So, for example, let's look here. For example, what I have here. Corner light, which I can see from here. It's currently offline. I think I do. So I think I do. I will check it in a second. So I can turn the light on and it's on, turn the light off and it's off. Also, if I would go to MQTT, let me find this one here. MQTT Explorer. Just a second. So what is this? This is how it's called, corner. So for example, this is the light. Let me copy it to the clipboard. Let's go to MQTT. Yeah, MQTT. Nope. I'm really flustered. I have zero idea what's going on. So we listen to the topic. Start listening. So it's currently listening. Give me a second. So as you can see, it's currently listening. I really, so Zigbee devices are working. Zigbee to MQTT is working. MQTT is working. Home Assistant receives topics, yet none of the devices are available on Home Assistant. And just to check this one out. Yeah. This one, no. Good question. What else is using MQTT? Good question. Let's see here. So I have Home Assistant, Zigbee, Shellies, but I don't think that Shellies currently are being pulled by Home Assistant. Frigate, yeah, Frigate was working. Frigate was working, and Frigate is using MQTT. I had a bunch of messages from Frigate. Home Has Agent is working. Has Agent is working. And it's pushing that to Home Assistant. It's like updating every couple of seconds. What's updating? Button. Sensor. Yep. Desktop. Okay, desktop. Let's go to settings. Devices. Desk. Which one? This one. This one. Yeah, this one. Of course you don't see it because I opened the wrong window. Settings, integrations, devices, I think that this is getting pushed. BT desktop. Yeah, it's CPU load is updating, last active is updating, Windows update, driver updates, stuff is updating. Yeah, I'm really dumbfounded. I really have zero idea what's going on, and this is so frustrating because, as you can see, stuff is working, and I really am not sure what's going on here. So what you see here, these are the WLEDs, this is WLED, this is my Elgato lights, these are the Shelly's, this is also Shelly, this is Meadows hooked up to something, temperature, same thing. Yeah, I started, I opened the chat. What's this? It looked like something. So these are the bedroom is Shelly, I think. This is Tado, Shelly and Switchbot and Switchbot. Same here. Bathroom. This is Akara. This is Akara. This is Akara. These are the Tuya Zigbee sensors. Yeah, it's like in kids' room, same thing. Yeah, I'm really like zero clue why the heck is that going on. Yeah, I started chatting on the Discord just a couple of minutes before the stream, and I'm unable to. There is setting in Zigbee to MQTT called URL, and I don't remember seeing the setting URL, but who knows? Settings, main, nothing, advanced concurrency, adapter delay. Host, the host running syslog default to localhost. Log message is okay. Like something happened, like aliens, and I'm not aware. Front end. But this doesn't mean anything. URL on which the front end can be reached. Yeah, but this doesn't also mean I can open the page in this Zigbee. No, sorry, in the Home Assistant. Yeah. Home Assistant. This is a topic. Base topic. Server. Client ID is empty, but this should be empty. Version can be something. It was 4, I think. I deleted it just to be safe. Reject unauthorized was enabled. I disabled it. I have zero idea. And I've started playing with this around 10 a.m. and I've played, except the stream, half an hour before the stream, in lunch, half an hour, hour and a half, we went out for lunch. So from 11, I'm playing with this and I have no idea why. Well, time to wrap up the stream and go to debugging. There is something in the logs, but again, it doesn't help much. It's like an errors acknowledgement failed, but it only happens when I restart MQTT, which is of course normal because it takes some time for the acknowledge package to get responded. Also, when you restart MQTT, that package can be lost, so the Home Assistant can wait for the acknowledgement and it never returns it, it never gets it back. So this was an awesome stream. Once again, I'm sorry for the last Friday. It was like chaos, and as I said, I cannot tell you what was going on, but it was like going downhill. We fixed everything. It's now going uphill. But that required us to work during the night and for the Saturday, which is now everything is okay. But it messed the stream last Friday, and then I was losing parts. But I'm happy that we managed to build this big monster. And yeah, next step for me is to wire everything up, then figure out how I'm going to connect the motherboard or these boards to the printer, and also buy a lot more stuff for the Voron build. After the stream, I will be fixing my Zigbee to MQTT network and also trying to get this in the grooves. As I said, I need to print a lot more of these. Yeah, it needs 26 thread inserts. I think I have that many. 2, 4, 6, 8. Why 26 of them? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2, 16. Okay, 13 printed parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 13 printed parts. Yeah. Future me problem. So I have to change the spool of filament for these and print more of these. So I have 2 and I need 8 of them. So I need 6 more. Let's send it to the printer now. What I have here, I have black filament. No, I want to print this. I said in a, yeah, black filament. No, right, yeah, no. Slice it. Send to printer. Tag plates. This is something that I need to print for the tag plates with the numbers for the buffer. Tag plates have been sent to printer. We can turn the lights on and check if there is something inside. Nothing, so we can send that to printer, and then I'll also, what do I want? Print. What is that? Yep, printing. Platter. Remove. Clear. So I need 2 things. I need to print 6 of these and 1 clip that I broke on stream. Give me a second. Where is that? That's accent color, base strap, bypass, latch. I think this is it. So yeah, 1 latch. No latch, not this one. No. This one. No, not this one. This one. Yeah. Okay, we need side latch. While I'm printing, let's duplicate it. And what we said that we need to print also for the rig, we need those clips. File. Right leg we have, left leg we have. So, it does says time for idiot. Yes, idiot. Yes, idiot. This and this. So we need 2 of each, or sorry, 3 of each. So this 1, 2, and 1, 2. This is the build plate. We have 1 more latch, 1 spare for the enraged rabbit carrot feeder, and then we have 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 6 more. Left and right. Okay. Yep. Okay. Fine. That's it. We can now so as I said, 2 latches, and we have left and right 3 pieces. Slice it, send it to printer. Send it to printer. How long does it generate in G code? 2 hours. Send it to printer. Yeah, I will print it later today. I just need to replace the filament. And where is the spool? I had the spool was next to this. Yeah. Why? Let's put it away. So once again, yeah, time to wrap up the stream, and I will be going off to debug my system. Thank you all for joining once again. We did a lot today. We did a lot the last couple of weeks. I have to think what will be built. Blah 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 blah. I think I need to think of what we'll be doing in the future streams. But yeah, we will think of something. Thanks again for joining the stream. Have an awesome rest of the weekend. Couple of hours. Hope you have an awesome week. Channel members, you will be seeing new video very shortly. I will be releasing it like I can release it 5 minutes, but I will be releasing it in about an hour. And I still have to think of what I will be recording tomorrow for the Wednesday, Thursday release video. Because yeah, thanks once again everybody for joining, and have an awesome day. Bye bye. Now I have to mute the mic.